Hello! The aim of this video, which is part of the ICLUEx project, is to help you create abstracts. Writing abstracts is an important learning skill that you will find very useful at the university, especially when working on your thesis or dissertation and academic papers. So, the first question we need to answer is, what is an abstract? An abstract is a short summary of a completed research project or a longer piece of work, such as a dissertation or research paper. If done well, it makes the reader want to learn more about the research, since it reports on its principal aims and outcomes. The abstract is actually the first section of a report, coming after the title and before the introduction. The abstract provides the reader with a brief preview of the study based on information from other sections of the report. It is often the last part of the report to be written. Therefore, abstracts serve two main purposes: to help potential readers determine the relevance of your paper, and to communicate your key findings to those who do not have time to read the whole paper. In university contexts, abstracts do not usually include text quotations. There are two reasons for this. First, the abstract should focus on your original research, not on the work of others. Second, the abstract should be self-contained and fully understandable without references to other sources. There are some circumstances where you might need to mention other sources in an abstract. For example, if your research responds directly to another study or focuses on the work of a single author. These are the basic components of an abstract in any discipline. First, background provides information on the topics that you are going to research. It can include definitions or previous research related to the topic. Second, the aim, purpose, problem statement, or motivation. Clearly defining the aim of your research is a must in your abstract. When thinking about the purpose of your abstract, ask yourself these questions. Why do we care about the problem? What practical, scientific, theoretical, or artistic gap is your research filling? What problem does the research respond to? Or what research question did you aim to answer? After identifying the problem, state the objective of your research. Use verbs like research, investigate, test, analyze, or evaluate to describe exactly what you plan to do. Third, methods, procedure, or approach. Next, indicate the research methods that you use to answer your questions. This part should be a straightforward description of what you did in 1 or 2 sentences. The idea is to give the reader a quick glimpse into the overall approach and procedures you used. You should answer the following question: what did you actually do to get your results? For example, analyze 3 novels, completed a series of 5 oil paintings, or interview 17 students. 4. Results, findings, or product. As a result of completing the procedure or method used, what did you find out, invent, or create? This section should present the framework on which the discussion can be built. Bear in mind that the results presented should be related to the motivation to write your research, which was explained in the purpose section. Finally, state the main conclusions of your research. What is your answer to the problem or question? What are the larger implications of your findings, especially for the problem or gap identified in step 1? The reader should finish with a clear understanding of the central point that your research has proved or argued. In this section, you can also mention, if relevant, important limitations to your research. For example, related to your sample size or methods. This allows the reader to accurately assess the credibility and replicability of your research. Recommendations for implementation and brief suggestions for further research if your aim was to solve a practical problem that has not been completely solved. Reducing an abstract. Abstracts are usually written to be as brief and concise as possible. For journal articles, The editor often establishes a word limit for the abstracts that authors cannot exceed. An abstract usually contains around 200 words, therefore you may need to eliminate or combine some information. If you have to elaborate a reduced abstract, you should focus only on 2 or 3 elements: the purpose and method combined, the results, and the conclusions, with the emphasis placed on the results of the study. Since each of the elements in an abstract respond to a specific objective, they use different language structures and verbal tenses. Take a look at this table. As you can see, almost all the elements can be described using present or past tenses. For instance, the method or the statement of the results are usually written in the past tense, as they refer to completed actions. You should never refer to the future, as the research is already complete. Remember that the abstract is the last part of the report to be written. Besides, when writing your abstract, you should use Metadiscourse markers. These are cues and indicators provided by the writers that help readers comprehend and respond to the text. These Metadiscourse markers organize the contents, creating more reader-friendly text. By using Metadiscourse effectively in writing, the messages can clearly be conveyed to the readers. These are some examples of Metadiscourse markers that you can use when writing your abstract. Finally, there are some final tips and guidelines to create your abstract. First, select important information from each of the major sections in a research paper you have written. Second, remember that you can write a reduced abstract by eliminating and combining information elements. Third, do not copy sentences directly from your paper. Fourth, synthesize the information into clear and concise elements. Fifth, in most formats, your abstract should not exceed 200 words. Sixth, consider the overall format of your written work. Does your abstract look as if it has been carefully prepared? Are there clear paragraphs? Is the line spacing appropriate? And finally, proofread for careless grammar mistakes. Do subjects and verbs agree? Have the appropriate verb tenses been used? Have the articles a, an, and the been used when necessary? We hope that you have found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and remember, you can check our channel for more information.